structures with Hempcrete for 30 years, including a department store, neighborhoods of, you know, I guess townhomes. You know, this year there was a 61 unit apartment building built in Paris with hemp blocks. So, and 2 other significant buildings with hemp in Paris built. So the technology is there, the mistakes have been made, the standards have been set. It's just a matter of sort of incorporating that into the US building codes. And I think that's gonna happen relatively quickly. So, you know, it's not like we're reinventing the wheel here.
Yeah, and to that point, the reason that the European market has matured quicker is because they have structures that are several hundred years old that were needing to be restored, and then concrete was new on the scene, and in Portland cement, and it's like, man, if we did it with lime before, now we can do it with concrete because it's stronger and it's da-da-da-da-da. And they were putting it right in conjunction with these old wood timber frames. Well, the concrete was holding the moisture to it, and then you were getting destruction out of these several hundred-year-old properties that because the moisture was being held because it wasn't vapor open and it couldn't dry out. And so that's one of the things where we learned because of that. And so in an effort to replace that, or something that would not destroy it but would also restore it, that's where building with hemp really made its introduction into the scene, and especially in France, because they had a market that was growing that and producing that, and their agricultural community supported the production community, and they had both at the same time. And so there are some big projects that are going on, some large commercial scale projects that are going on. And so some of the benefits and the reasons why, the insulation value, because it grows so tall, it has the porous air pockets. Air pockets are what give us insulation. That's why spray foam is a good insulator, is because it's just a bunch of air pockets run together. But it's like we talked about earlier, it's with with a synthetic, and this is a way to do it naturally. The vapor openness of it, where it can dry, and all the benefits that go along with it. What are some of the other ones that go around? What are the ones that brought you here that you think is a good benefit to it that we haven't listed already for a benefit and a reason why?
So for me, I've studied, I have a degree in sustainability and stuff like that. And one of the things that's big for me, I'm an electrician by trade. So all things energy, I'm a solar installer, solar designer, and all that stuff. So for me, energy is a big thing. And the one thing I like about the Hempcrete is not only all the natural stuff about it, but that, it's energy saving. You can build a Hempcrete home, and you won't have to put in a air conditioner or heater, depending on where it is. But it uses very minimal energy, so that whole energy bill is basically gone, for heating and cooling, and that's in a lot of places what takes up, a lot of people's bills. I know. I grew up in Southern Cali. Our cooling bill was astronomical. Down in desert areas, hot areas here down in Houston, cooling bills in the summer, pretty much all year round, are astronomical. And you build a house with Hempcrete that has that insulation factor. There goes a $500 a month, energy bill. So. That's a big thing for me. So.
And on that same topic, from the perspective of owning a piece of real estate, now like on a commercial building, the value of a commercial piece of real estate is directly tied to its net operating income. And then one of the biggest things that reduces the net operating income is the electricity that's to heat or cool. And then, so now if you come in with something that will, I hesitate to make a lot of different claims, but the claims that are on average, that you'll reduce your electric consumption by 40 to 60% by having the effective insulation, especially with the Hempcrete. And one of the reasons why is because it has thermal mass. So it doesn't just have the air pockets that are part of getting good insulation, it also has mass, and so it holds that energy. The way we build in the United States with hollow wall cavities is not done in Europe. And so it's one of those things, you know, they look at us like we're crazy, we look at them like they're crazy, but you know, we can build a house faster than they can for the most part, but you know, there's problems with that, so it's complicated. But from a commercial viewpoint, yeah, that's real money. That's the value of the property when you increase that net operating income. And then also, one of the things as a residential landlord, if I'm wanting to provide not only a good, healthy place for a family to live, but then I can also rent that property with utilities included, and then they're paying less than they normally would for your utilities, and it's consistent, so you don't have the spike in the winter or in the summer, and so they can more effectively budget. But there's probably a profit in there. If I put the money in on the front side and the effort in on the front side, then I can make the profit over the life of that property that I own it, and that's real money in my pocket. And working with investors, that translates into profits for them as well. So all these dots connect. So you've got the perspective from the electrical consumption to the real estate to all the others. So what else the other ones?
Mold.